So blue-black Quasiduplicate, trying to copy things like Chupacabras and Dream Eaters and 6/6 Demons and Thief of Sanities. Try and get some good clean value out of it. Dream Eater is just really flexible, and it buys you Dream Eater generates what's referred to as tempo, so it adds pressure to the board and it sets your opponent back. Three toughness is rough against Lightning Strike, but Lightning Strike really isn't that commonly played in the format. Lava Coil sees more play, and because Dream Eater's an instant speed threat, you can like end step Dream Eater, untap, and attack with it before it gets a hit in. Looks like Big Red. Take a peek here and find out. Yep, definitely Big Red. This Legion War Boss is pretty scary. I'm gonna bin that. Trying to get to some more lands. Also, like, in this specific deck that we're playing, like, if you end step Dream Eater and then get to untap and quasi-duplicate it, it's kind of sweet. Big Red refers to a mono red deck that is more of a mid-range or control deck as opposed to an aggressive deck. Definitely taking the Daredevil here. Binning that. Still looking for a land. So they can play Whirly Boy. I'm hoping to hit a black source this turn, so that way we can, like, Ravenous Chupacabra the Chain Whirler after they play it. Unfortunately, we're missing our land drop. I get to clear out this Lava Coil before I play the Thief of Sanity, but they also have 5 power in play, which is a little scary. Swamp is 1 turn late here. I feel like that nothing embodies Twitch chat deck building more than complaining about Dream Eater stats and then being like, you know what's better than Dream Eater? Playing my sweet mill deck. Just, oh, Twitch. Oh, Twitch. So are we more controlled? No, I'd probably classify the deck that we're playing as a mid-range deck. We've just been stumbling and bumbling here a little bit. We have double Chupacabra here at least, which is nice. Dream Eater's just really flexible and allows for some tricky lines. It also can take problem permanents off the table, so you can like play discard spells and take them away. Yeah, Dream Eater with Quasiduplicate is really sweet. So you have to go ahead and shoot this. And then I assume this is gonna trade here. They leave whatever they surveilled with on top. No, they've been to mountain. Arc of Orzaka is interesting in their deck. It comes with a little bit of a cost though, right? Because they have Goblin Chain Whirler. Super happy to snap off this trade. If I had an untapped land here, we're probably just jamming a 6/6 down their throat. Murmuring Mystic Quasiduplicate seems awesome too. The problem with Murmuring Mystic with Quasiduplicate is Mystic needs lots of instants and sorceries to go along with it, and Quasiduplicate wants a lot of creatures, so your deck kind of like gets it two different odds there. Sweet. There's a land. Alex with the 12-month resubscription. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I knight thee, Defender of the Realm. Go forth and protect us from Twitch chat. Hopefully they don't rip Banefire here. I actually played against this big red deck twice at the Invitational, and one of the games I was at 14, had them dead on board with 3 counterspells in my hand, and they untapped and drew Banefire and killed me from 14. Just mono beats. The animation on Doom Whisperer is fantastic, I agree. Fuck. People ask to get timed out because it's kind of a meme on this channel. There are people from other channels who get incredibly upset when they come in here and break the rules and they actually get timed out. So, to make fun of people who like to complain about being timed out, the regulars here ask to get timed out. Listen, we don't kink shame here, okay? If people want to get timed out, you just let them timed out. Their kink doesn't hurt anyone but them, you just leave them be. I think their attack last turn means they could be playing to the Banefire here. So, like, if they have Banefire, we're dead. They have 8 mana. I always love when we talk about there's timeouts. Everybody just all of a sudden just like, yes, please, time me out. I need it. That's not good for me. Well, I have to play Ravenous Chupacabra on the CGN Commander, otherwise I'm dead. Because they can end step shock me, untap 6 me. It's also, you know, people watch Twitch for the interaction, right? And on a lot of Twitch channels, you have to, like, donate money or subscribe to get interaction. Here in Hoaglandia, a timeout means we care, and it's free. We give them away completely for nothing, just out of the kindness of our hearts. Do we give away the timeouts? If I attack with this, they get to hit me for 2 on the backswing, but I think that's fine. I just want to put them dead on board. The more draws I give them, the more likely I am to lose the game. I'm a man of the people. I could never charge for timeouts. That's just wrong. It's one of the basic principles that the great nation of Hoaglandia was founded on. Free timeouts. Ha! All right, 6/6s are great. They close the game out pretty quickly. Moment of Craving sounds good. Extra Freebooter sounds good. Is this a Ritual of Soot matchup? Ritual of Soot and Kitesail probably shouldn't be in at the same time, right? It's definitely not an Eldest Reborn matchup. Do blue-black like this ever run dive down to protect their thief? I mean, there's 3 dive down right here. Yeah, they often run dive down to protect their thief. Now, this isn't a Blood Operative matchup because they have a lot of first strike creatures and they have a lot of 1/1s. Contempt for the Phoenix is not a bad idea. They definitely have the 4/3 Phoenix that comes back. So I like that. I'm gonna trim a couple of Dream Eaters. Let's do this. Yeah, Blood Operative eating Phoenix is kind of narrow, though. I think I'd rather have the Contempts. Yeah, Vraska's just like a generically fine card, right? It's like Exile a Threat Gain 2 is fine for 4 mana. Man, I remember when they spoiled Vraska's Contempt and everyone was just like, this card's just so much worse than Hero's Downfall. Nobody's ever going to play this. It ended up being better than Hero's Downfall, especially when the Hazoret nonsense was everywhere. I mean, to be fair, the aggressive red decks tend to board into more mid-range ones. Sand's a little slow, but it's got good cards and it's got lands in it, so let's keep. Perfect. A 2-drop is exactly what we wanted for Christmas, chat. Bedevil is very awesome. Honestly, the fact that they're designing with best of 1 in mind is probably really good for people that like modal spells. In order to make best of 1 Magic less bad, they're gonna have to put more modal spells into the game, I think. How much longer with this deck? We just started this one, so another hour or so, Yaku. Did you do about 60 to 90 minutes with every deck? Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight, by the way. It's really awesome. We're up to 1,400 people. Hope everyone's having a good Friday, a good start to their holiday season. If you're new to the stream, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I here 30, 40, 50 hours a week. We play all constructed Magic on this channel. So if you're into that sort of thing, this is definitely the place for you. We play a ton of Standard here on Magic Arena. We also play a ton of Modern and some Modern and Legacy on Magic Online. This deck, like most of the decks I play on the stream, is a viewer submitted deck list. If you're interested in maybe finding out how you can get your deck played on stream at some point in the future, be sure to check out my deck submission form here. Peace, Snoya. No blocks here. I think they started with best of 1 because it's just easy and fast. And I think they're pressed for time, and their timelines are faster than they originally thought they were going to be. Thanks, Steve. I hope your Friday gets better. That's true. We play all best of 3 constructed. If you're looking for someone jamming the best of 1 ranked, this is not the place for you. I think, in my personal opinion, I'm someone, so to give you a little bit of background of myself, I traveled playing Magic semi-professionally for several years on the Star City Games Tour. I played in a couple of their Players' Championships, and one of the things that I really enjoy about Magic is deck construction, and deck construction is more interesting in Magic, in my opinion, when you involve sideboards in best of 3. So that's the type of Magic that I enjoy, so it's the type of Magic that I play. I agree. I think Arena exceeded even their expectations. They ended up accelerating timelines because of it. And there's nothing wrong with best of 1. Best of 1's very popular for a reason. Seems like it's been very successful. I personally just don't enjoy that style of gameplay for Magic. Does anybody have a general idea of what 1 rare or mythic wildcard is? You get... Every 6 booster packs you open, you get 1 guaranteed rare wild card, with every 3rd booster pack giving you a mythic. And then you also open some in the middle as well. If you had to estimate how big of a role do you think the current format's had in Arena success? A non-zero amount. I don't know, it's hard to estimate things like that. Twitch viewership has risen in my experience, Ricard. So, like, I've been streaming Magic full-time since March. I started with Magic Online, and my viewer numbers with Arena are consistently 50 to 100% more than with Magic Online. And I've only been doing Arena, you know, for the last 2 months since it hit open beta. I did not stream this client while it was in closed beta. Would you agree that best of one is basically the format? I would. I think best of one is a unique Magic format, just like Modern and Legacy or Commander are different formats. No, digital boosters are $1. I don't know about unstreamable. I was far from the only person that made a full-time living streaming Magic Online. Like, I broke 2,000 subscribers concurrently before I ever started streaming Arena. And, like, Caleb Durward also did that streaming just Magic Online. So, like, you know. I agree that it's less consumable than, like, what we are streaming right now. But that doesn't mean it's unstreamable by any means. I'm gonna keep making 2-3s, I think. I think I'm actually going to keep that there. I'm expecting a Siege Gang Commander next turn, I think. When a new set comes out, is it more efficient to spend gems on sealed or packs? I believe if you're earning prizes, your stuff you get for your money ratio is always better with limited, but you need to make sure you're enjoying limited for that to be worth it. I know what I plan to do when the new set comes out is that Caleb D is probably the largest Magic streamer and he only does Moto for the most part. So it depends on what you mean by largest, White Seal. I have more subscribers than Caleb does, and I'm pretty sure Nox has more viewers than Caleb does. So I'm not sure he's technically the largest on like either of those metrics. There's actually this website that has everything other than sub data is on this website here. So actually, if you go to this website here, you can sort it based on lots of objective data. The largest physically, I don't know about that, maybe. So this website, everything except for subscriber counts is public Twitch API data, and you can look at all of it. I was planning to use the land on the duplicate, and then they stone rained me, so. Why doesn't the largest streamer just eat the smaller ones? I'm about average size for a male American. Like, right about 6 foot, about 200 pounds. I think I'm most excited for Breeding Pool. I really want to play Merfolk. If you eat another streamer, do you gain their sub count? I think if that was the case, you'd see a lot more streamers eating each other. Just like, ah. The Star of Extinction was unfortunate. I think we might just get like, we're just get like 3x Banefired out of this game. Yeah, I'm holding the land drop because they could potentially turn into quasi-duplicates. And like holding one land, especially a land that's untapped for free, doesn't really hurt, right? That can stay right there. I don't think anybody was belittling anyone, Varvente. We are dead to Banefire. All right, onward, upward, backward, forward. Definitely want all my discard spells. Yeah, I'm gonna put the freebooters back in. I want to be able to take their spells out of their hand. I'm gonna cut the Moment of Craving. It seems like they're becoming more controlling. Dive down my face, right? I mean, I am a creature from the Black Lagoon, right? So I'm a creature. You started saying what I plan to... Oh, when the next set comes out. So when the next set drops, I plan to... what's the word? I plan to, before I open any booster packs of the new set, I plan to craft every common and uncommon 4X in the set with my 300 common and uncommon wild cards. So that way all my commons and uncommons that I open in, you know, 200 packs go to the vault. That's like the best way I can like do something useful with my common and uncommon wild cards. And Duress could maybe come in here. Duress is for the counterspell matchups mostly. Everybody likes to bring in discard spells and non-counterspell matchups. They're mostly for the counterspell decks. Hey, Moniz, thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I am of the opinion that Unmoored Ego is unplayable. Unmoored Ego should only be played in matches where when you name a card, your opponent literally can no longer win the game. And there are no decks in Standard where you take a single card away from them and they can't win anymore. At least not any that are well represented. I enjoy Dimir in both flavor and the surveil mechanic, but I feel like I'm pigeonholed in the running stuff like Azcanta and can I Contempt? Can I play Dimir decks without these on the rank ladder, or should I stick to casual play? I mean, the rank ladder's free, right? Like, you might as well try it. It's not gonna cost you anything to try something on the ladder. I think in general, if you're not playing cards like Vraska's Contempt and Search for Azcanta, you probably need to be more aggressive. There's perhaps like a Thought bug plus the Dimir Spy bug plus the 1-drop Surveil guy that you could be aggressive with that shell maybe. With Thief of Sanity perhaps. I think I'm gonna clear through the queue before then, Marty. There's only like 25 decks in there, and I play like 16 to 20 standard decks a week. Turbo Fog that loses Teferi probably can't win. Maybe. But Turbo Fog's, I guess if you really hate the Nexus of Fate decks, maybe it's fine there. But like, people regularly bring in Unmoored Ego against like Carnage Tyrants and Niv Mizzets, and I just kill them with the other cards in my deck and they look really silly. That being said, I've been Unmoored Ego'd multiple times with the Esper Amulet deck and still managed to win, so like, I don't know, it doesn't seem very good. Yeah, you won with Nexus and Karn, yeah. I think that's gonna happen a lot of the time. Would like one blue source, please. Ding, ding, ding. And this is what I said when I said the actual events have more real decks but still have a lot of random cards I own. Just please, Wizards of the Coast, if you're out there, can we just please like click whatever toggle box is gonna enable best of 3 on the ranked ladder? I would really like to play best of 3 ranked, so I could not play against cards I own. I just want to play like meaningful games of Magic that aren't just like my full collection versus people who have less than full collections for the most part. I feel bad, right? Because like a lot of times you win games like this because my cards are just a little bit better quality than theirs. At a certain point in ranked, that does not start happening. That's the beautiful part about playing ranked, is you can get out of the cards I own bracket. Whereas when I'm playing in these events, there's no brackets to be in. It's just all random. It's like playing F&M or Grand Prix. So here's the thing that people don't get about card games. I often hear people very incorrectly state that card games are pay to win. Card games are pay to compete. In card games, you need to have the equipment in order to be successful. But when 2 players both have the best equipment, the correct equipment, one of them, whoever is the better player, is more likely to actually win the game. It isn't just when two players both have the best decks in the format, one of them can't just throw more money at it and win more often. That's not how Magic works. That's not how card games work in general. Even when the ladder was mostly broken before the update, when I was silver 2, silver 3, and that was the highest you could get, we consistently played against more good or real or not cards I own decks like we're playing against right now in that ladder than I do in these queues. How high would you say the skill ceiling for Magic is? The only objective measure that exists for something like skill ceiling is what good players' win rates are compared to bad players' win rates. And in Magic, the players that are good tend to win somewhere just below 70% of their matches. Cookie Lord with the 6-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. It was, in fact, a murder most foul. Smush. Sure, but they were, I didn't say we didn't play against Brews, Marriage. I love playing against Brews, and I love playing Brews. Like, most of what we play are, like, neat, sweet Brews, basically, right? But there's a difference between a Brew and somebody playing a deck that just doesn't have good cards in it, right? Or has minimal amounts of good cards in it. So, chess has a lot less variance than a game like Magic, Al-Bordered Gore. Also, Magic tournaments tend to be larger, and there tends to be a very wide range of skill represented at most Magic tournaments. The cards aren't leaked at this point. We're in official spoiler season. I would like to eat your dreams. This animation is so sick, by the way. I want to talk about animations that are great. This just dream. Where's my... Stop it. I want the cat. I want the... No, stop it. I want the cast down. All right. Thank you. They're making it easier to grind gold. That's true. They do make it easier to grind gold. Sure, but a first-time player playing a Grand Prix could start 3-0. Nothing saying you can't do well the first time you play a major event. All right, what are we doing? They're playing rats, I guess. I'm gonna bring in Fungal Infection, a Golden Demise, and some Rituals, I suppose. I'm gonna trim Kitesail Freebooter. An Eldest Reborn. The dive down's probably actually okay. Yeah, I don't need the rituals. I think Erasure's fine. Erasure lets us cut through their removal spells, which is nice, I think. Opponents who put us on the play. If you're a newer Magic player in Constructed, you almost always want to be on the play. The tempo advantage you gain from going first in Magic the Gathering is generally far exceeded from the small bonus you get from having an additional card on the draw. I started my first GP 5-0 and didn't make day 2. That's a tough beat. Listen, if you're playing 8-rack, your deck is so bad it doesn't matter what you're doing, so you just like do you and have a good time. So I'm gonna play Hostage Taker here to encourage them to play a removal spell on it, because I would much rather they removal spell my Hostage Taker than removal spell my Doom Whisperer next turn. It's hating on 8-rack kink shaming. Stating that I feel the power level of the deck is low isn't hating on it. There's lots of decks with extremely low power levels that I really enjoy playing that I think are sweet. But it doesn't make them not bad, it just makes them not powerful. Yeah, it's like almost as good as a draw two. Am I doing this right? First time catching a live stream, wanted to cheap in to keep Hoaglandia warm and comfy. Are these able to go towards a deck submission, put them towards a control deck of your choice? Definitely, Scissor. Yeah, anybody who cheers 100 bits or more, or donates $1 or more, is always welcome to bump a deck in the queue. Thanks for the support. What bad decks do I love? I spent almost 3 years traveling the country playing a deck called Kiki Chord. That's truly terrible. So the modern queue is open again. I was doing some thinking and running some numbers on decks I play of what I want the direction of the channel to be. And I haven't plugged this today because we've been streaming Arena. I'm gonna remember to plug it next week too during the modern portion. For the time being, I am permanently increasing the minimum donation for modern and legacy decks, for Magic Online decks in general. So tentatively, until it proves that I should change it to be otherwise, it's going to be $25 to add a Magic Online deck to the queue. I was not a pod player before the ban, actually. I played a lot of blue-red Delver. For as of right now, I'm permanently increasing the cost to add Magic Online decks to the queue. That is correct. Just need to try and balance out the fact that, like, that platform is less popular. Oh, I've got you. You haven't been here 3 months. You need the full Hoaglandia as it was. I'll have you know I top aided a lot of events with Kiki Chord. Thank you very much. Our Chupacabras are very hungry. We might be on our way to beating mono black cards I own. What's your opinion on a more casualist format for Arena? I don't know, probably fine. One of Magic's greatest strengths is the fact that it has so many different formats in it. Magic is great because it's a game that's a lot of sub-games all under the same banner. So it's like a lot of mini-games all wrapped up in one. How we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening. If you're a new viewer, thanks for dropping in. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. We play all constructed Magic on this channel. We play a ton of standard, best of 3 here on Arena. So if you're looking to learn about sideboarding and stuff like that, that's definitely the place for you. We also play some Modern and Legacy on MTGO. Hey, Entity, appreciate all of your content. I appreciate the 3-month subscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. If you're enjoying my content, please consider doing like Entity just did there and subscribe to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full time. I love what I do, but the reason that I'm able to do it as a job is because of the support from wonderful people like that. By subscribing, you can also support my stuff by checking out some of my really awesome sponsors. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series is a Midwest tournament series in the United States that's running $5,000 cash tournaments every single month in 2019. If you're not in the Midwest, but you enjoy good Magic coverage, you can check out them on Twitch as well at twitch.tv/NRG series. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards direct with other players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off the top. They also just added a really awesome draft simulator to the website, so if you're into Limited, be sure to check them out. InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artwork that they have on their website, such as my own Hoaglandia branded merchandise. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for dropping by my little slice of the internet here this evening. We are 1-1 with this blue-black Quasiduplicate deck, and we're heading on into our third match here to see how it goes. I foiled out Kiki card 100%, including the 100-ish card maybe board, and then Jeff stopped playing it and it just wasn't fun anymore. Eventually, you get beat up enough that you just gotta change your pace. Well, tier 3 submissions, no, tier 3 submissions are still any format. Tier 3 submissions are still Legacy and Modern and Standard. Because tier 3 submissions comes with 30 points into the queue, which is more than the 25 that I'm raising the minimum for. So I expect people that regularly submit Magic Online decks will probably move more towards tier 3 subs, which is not a bad thing for me necessarily. My goal, what do we have going on here? This is a Sarkhan Unsealing deck. Beginning of each end step, if it was blocked, if this attacked or blocks this turn, shuffle it into its owner's library. So I think I want to just take their threats here. This card with Ghalta is kind of sweet, though. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then that is not a threat that I really want. I would like a removal spell or something like that, I think. So my goal is to try and do, like, about 8 Modern Leagues a week, I think. So I want to try and, like, get the queue to a point where the amount of cards I'm taking in makes sense for that amount. I think WotC will prevent us from buying new sets with gold? No. That's not true. A lot of people are going to put a lot of money in when new sets come out. So I could play this Thief of Sanity, but then, like, they could stick Sarkhan's Unsealing next turn, but I get to hit them, and, like, I think I'm supposed to play the Kitesail Freebooter here. I don't know. Like, they could just brick on the land. Yeah, if they were gonna brick on the land, I should have just done this. I don't know. There's definitely a risk to reward here. And they hit the land here, so that's good for me, but I'm a little conservative here. Yeah, I agree. That resolving Unsealing would be very, very bad for me. Wow, the noise on that Hellion. The noise on that Hellion was certainly something. Hostage Taker's a good pickup. I'm gonna go ahead and just hostage take this Hellion. I would like 1 bug, please. Yoink. Ooh, we about to get Ghalta, chat. We about to, the pride cometh before the fall, chat. The pride okay. Whew. We hit another hostage taker. We hit another hostage taker. All right. There, I'll take that one. One Ghalta, please. I would like one Ghalta, please. If there's a rat stuck on your screen, that means the extension's probably messed up and you should refresh your browser. Refresh your browser window. Thief of Sanity is a very good card. Super strong. Or if there's an actual rat stuck, I would recommend consulting a professional. You can duplicate Galta, but you're not going to be happy with the result. Because Galta is legendary. Goes the weasel. If you want a Smork mono red, I'm actually not sure the answer to that question offhand. This is very likely a cards I own plus some matchup again. Like I said, you see a lot of this in the events too. Really makes me miss the ladder. Really makes me miss the ladder. Now, Disdainful Strokes in the sideboard might be a miss here. Some amount of counterspells are usually good in decks like this. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight, though. I appreciate it. Hope everyone's having a good Friday, good start to your holiday weekend. I am going to be off tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. I'm going visiting family for the holiday. I will have new YouTube exclusive videos published on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hogan. They're going to be modern on Magic Online. If you're interested in more standard content for myself, I am going to be live on Christmas, as well as Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday next week with more standard content. So I'll be taking 3 days off from standard stuff, and I'll be back on Tuesday, Christmas Day, with some of that. You Hostage Shaker Galta with 12 power board. It will cost 2, I believe. What's going on, True Dawn? Life is swell. Things are going well with you. Thought Erasure is so good. I'm taking the 3 days off before Raw. So we don't have any huge plans on Christmas Day. So we're going up to Chicago, and it's supposed to snow on Christmas. So we want to be home before it snows. So we're just doing some stuff Christmas morning with the kids and then don't have any other plans. Those are some Banefires. Let's look for a better card. What's going on, Mr. Kidder? All right. Chupacabra is hungry, and I think some kavu is on the menu, chat. Hungry for a dish of kavu. Yeah, Arena's been open for everyone for a little while now, Deathray Chuman. Is Legacy Tron an acceptable donation? Yeah, I think so, Black Star Quinn. I think for the meme value alone, since we're doing Legacy again, we should probably get one of those at some point. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable statement, that basically every blue-black deck should be playing some amount of Thought Erasure. I think that's something that I would agree with. Thought Erasure just does a lot for a little. Bounce your dork. I love this animation. This animation alone is like half the reason to play this card. I think I don't want any of these, actually. Just get rid of all of them. Ooh, that could have gone better. That could have gone better. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Maybe it was greedy and I should have just Chupacabra this. probably just supposed to play out another threat here, I think. I think I'm just supposed to put them on a 2-turn clock. Oh, you have to exile. I forgot this card is templated like that. That's a huge punt. That's an oops. They don't template cards like that anymore. Oopsie, oopsie, poopsie. This is opponents, right? Yeah, this is templated like new cards are templated. All right, that's fine. All right. There's no justice on this stream, thankfully. Can you create an infinite loop, blink loop, or can't you? So it's templated so it can't target itself. So fun fact, that hostage taker actually had day 0 errata because it could infinitely target itself. They missed that in R&D. The old day 0 errata. Of course, Cassie. Safe travels. Yeah, the Is It Split card got errata to end of turn, right? I'm kind of excited to play a couple of aggressive decks to round out the day. Green-black zombies and green-white angels are a little bit more smorky. Always, it's nice to wrap the day up with the ones that are a little bit more aggressive and less controlling. I appreciate that, Juicy John. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that jazz. What decks do I want to play against? Actually, so the more I played the Pirates deck, I actually don't think the Drakes matchup is that bad. Tokens and the Angels decks. All the white mid-range decks are the hard ones. Green, black, and Jeskai control tend to be your better matchups. Basic Mountain. What do we got? What you doing over there? Tell me all secrets. The new Simic split card seems fantastic. I'm excited for people to drastically underestimate the number of creatures they have in their deck to hit with the front half of it, though. Like Saffron Olive today tweeted that like hitting 88% with a card is hitting almost all the time, and I was like, I disagree with that one. Missing 10+% of the time is missing a lot. You want to tell me like 1 in 10 times my card's gonna do nothing? That's not good enough. Like, for me to classify something as most of the time, I think I would want to be 95% or more. I want it to like, I want my failure rate to be less than 1 in 20, 1 in 20 or less. It is going to be Cocoa Bath all over again. People are very greedy with Collected Company. That's why, yeah, that's why like Modern Elves is like the one Collected Company deck I can stand to play, because that deck plays like 36 creatures and it is an absurd number of creatures. The never be a block like Kaladesh again. Nah, I like Constructed too much. I'll take some bad sets here and there. Whoa, Sabotage. That's interesting. Okay. So, are they a Drake? They might be some kind of brew. I just assume Electromancer is a Drake stack, but like there's been so many cards I own in random piles and stuff tonight that maybe I should stop doing that. Woof. Electromancer plus Risk Factor is hot. That's a lot of damage for not a lot of mana. Yeah, it looks like they're a counter burn deck. Don't you like Coco in green-white Death deck? I'm not sure if that's a joke or not. White-based taxes deck in modern. White-based taxes decks in modern, I think, are comically bad. Turn 1 on the play, you need 23 creatures in your library to have a 95% hit rate. Yeah, that sounds right. So like that card will be really good in like the Merfolk deck. So like Merfolk will want that card as a removal spell and occasionally to tutor with it. And like Merfolk's probably gonna play, you know, 26, 27, 28 creatures anyways. What's going on, Joe? This standard format, Joe, is the best format of Magic I have ever played. It is very, very good. Also, Arena is absurd. Arena is really well done. We do still do Modern and Legacy on Magic Online. My schedule can still be found on my website as always, and my schedule has which formats I play on which days. I have never seen this Magic card before in my life. That's a card, I guess. A late compensation for playing STG Con. Unlucky. Thanks for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I don't know what the opponent's doing. I guess I'm gonna bring in a couple of Moment of Cravings because they kill their silly Electromancer and they gain us some life. I don't know exactly what I'm playing around though. Oh, I should have run in the Duress. They had counterspell. They had at least a counterspell in their deck, so Duress should come in. I think the current standard format is likely due to the fact that the play design team. So this current standard format is the first format that Magic's play design team worked on. And play design, for those not familiar, is a team of previous Magic professional that Wizards of the Coast hired to help balance their standard formats moving forward. So hopefully standard from here on out is going to be good with play design working on things. Are the Chupacabras good here? I don't know. I don't know exactly what here is, so I'm kind of just feeling it out. Oh, Blood Operative could be good here. Yeah, I agree with that. He gains us health, right? I agree. If we get a game 3, I'm going to bring in the Duress and I'm going to bring in the Blood Operatives. I am hoping against all hope, as someone who makes Magic content, that the current great standard format is a result of play design and not a fluke. That's my hope. So like a lot of the cards in my deck die to shock though, right? So like I'm not blanking shock. So like cutting Thief of Sanity doesn't make shock that much worse against me. Yeah, me too. I hope Standard Plus starts with Ixalan, if only so it's all sets that the play design team worked on. Navy Birdman 81, thank you for the 4-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for spending your Bezo bucks this way again this month. Rats. I kind of wanted them to have a dork there. I was hungry, chat. I think Modern Jeskai deck with 4 Geist of St. Traft is playable. I mean, anything's playable in Modern. I don't think Geist of St. Traft is particularly good, though. Well, that's awkward. I think I'm just putting this into play, try and get into their counter spells. Geist of St. Trash, yep. Yeah, I agree. I think somewhere around 30 is probably the magic number. If we hit a land here and get to stick this Ravenous Chupacabra, we'll be in an okay spot. But if we brick off on a land, we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble here under the wee Dragonaut's gun. This card's kind of just like a bad Enigma Drake. The Drakes just like keep the power and toughness permanently, which makes them a lot better. Yep. Alright, we had a land next turn. We could maybe still be in this. Otherwise, we're gonna get beat down by these pretty quickly. Okey-doke. Sweet. Hungry, hungry boy. Probably. We haven't seen assist a lot of them yet, but I'd have to imagine that's probably hiding in there somewhere. Great, so I'm going down to 5 here. 6, sorry. I hate to play this Chupacabra. Really like to hit another land so we can play the Doom Whisperer next turn and start copying it to close the game out very quickly. Try and not give them time to draw like Risk Factor or something like that to kill me. Haha! The experiment doesn't work. Hopefully they just keep drawing creatures. We get to just like keep quasi-duplicating. Deal. Creatures and not bird spells, please. Sure. What's going on, Weeman? Yeah, we're doing swell tonight. We've hit like, it's been a pretty mediocre run of opposing decks so far this evening, but our games have been okay against them. Man, I really hope we don't have to wait 40 days for them to... We don't have to wait 40 days for them to get us a best of 3 ladder back. Sure. Previous to tonight, the traditional constructed events had pretty reasonable opponents in them so far, but tonight's been a little bit brutal as far as like the quality of decks is concerned. Alright, so they can play Niv Visit next turn, but I get to quasi-duplicate a Chupacabra again. That's a pretty good draw. Yeah, the weekend could definitely have something to do with it. Gobble, gobble. Alright, go ahead. Need to dodge a sweeper here. They cast Risk Factor, we'll just take 4 and then they die. They have no cards left in hand. Oh, I suppose they could technically draw cards. No, that costs 4 to draw cards with. There was an angry pack of Chupacabras that game, that's for certain. Alright, 3 wins. Let's try one more here. See how it goes. Before we we'll slide along. What's the next one? Oh, green black zombies. I think that's my. I hope green black zombies doing well. The last couple times we've played green black zombies on stream, it's been real good. So hopefully it has another good one. It's a collected company-like card in the terms of the math, not its effect. Pikes, I swear the average deck list quality had been higher in these events compared to the unranked queue. Ever since they got rid of the best of 3 ranked queue, it's been a struggle to find meaningful games of Magic on this application. This is basically blue black Chupacabra, you're not wrong. The Memekin deck is a lot of fun. I can't take credit for that one. That was a viewer submission, just like most of the things we play here. Quasiduplicate. So we need a payoff of some sort, but we've got discard spells and Quasi-duplicates. Quasi-duplicate. That's a real good one. Quite fantastic. No, this is a different deck. This is more of a mid-range deck. This is a Quasi-duplicate deck. Viewer submitted like a lot of the things that we play on stream. If you find a Phoenix deck or a Drake deck, maybe a combination of the two. Okay. I pretty much just play decks that people submit here, Grinchick. So basically everything that I play on stream are viewer submitted deck lists. So if somebody sends in the Pirates deck, we play the Pirates deck, and if not, we play other things. We found the Quasi-Drake mirror. Our things can kill their things though, but their things draw cards, I guess. Hopefully we can hostage taker their Crackling Drake and then Quasi-duplicate it a few times. They're missing a land, that's good for us. One lightning strike, please. Insert Spider-Man pointing at each other meme. What's going on, Pikes? Thanks for the biddies, I appreciate it. Chupacabra is like a Drake that always draws a removal spell, basically. Stop it. Oh, geez, they hit Murmuring Mystic. Someone else mentioned a Murmuring Mystic duplicate deck. You draw another removal spell? I almost want them to hit some land drops. They can, like, get to their 4-mana play and I can hostage taker it. Like, draw some lands, but don't draw removal spells. For you kids at home, that was not a dab. I was sneezing. When adults sneeze, they generally sneeze into their arm. You don't want to sneeze on your hands and then use your keyboard and mouse. That's gross. Yeah, I've got the mute on a hotkey. It's pretty quick. Gotta put all that Counter-Strike APM from back in the day to some use. This is a dab. That's a dab. That was that what just happened on stream though was a sneeze. I played Counter-Strike forever ago. I don't follow it currently. Like, the Counter-Strike I played, like, predates esports even. Like, it being an esport. I played, like, 1.5, 1.6, and then some Source back in the day. During high school and undergrad. The summers I was 15 and 16, I spent a bulk of the summer writing Counter-Strike Source mods in Python and event scripts. We played a lot of 1.5 because 1.5 was the last version you could pirate. Listen, we were like 14, 15, and 16. Like we barely had money for computers, much less money for games on top of computers. 1.5 had the tactical shield in it. It was great. Cal is an acronym I haven't heard in a long time. That's an old one. Apparently players AFK in these things. I guess we'll play one more match here. The Cyber Athletic League. Yep, Cal. Yeah, discard spell into Thief of Sanity. I feel like if I was going to spend a little bit more time brewing in this format, and maybe I'll do this next season once we can splash a third color better, I feel like I would really just love to find the best discard spell into Thief of Sanity deck. Like, the real reason I played so much Pirates, I think, is because, like, Kitesail Freebooter and Thought Erasure curving into Thief of Sanity is just so good. Pigeon, yep. We were turds back in the day. I remember using scripts through Pigeon to crash people's AIM accounts who were like using classic aim. IRC's still a thing, yep. I actually just recently moved the support server from one of the open source projects I used from IRC to Discord. I was like, I'm tired of logging into IRC. We are moving this to Discord. I am in charge and this is happening. We're very dead here. We're just not gonna be able to keep up. I have a couple extra discard spells. Get these terrible cast downs out of my deck. Take these Eldest Reborns. Or want these Contempts in my life? Maybe I want the Contempts in my life. Chupacabra is probably pretty bad here, huh? A couple of those in seems okay. Not super excited to still have Hostage Taker in my deck. Oh yeah, Twitch chat's technically run on IRC, right? Yeah, I forgot about that. It's been a while since I've run. That's why bots work through them quite easily. Twitch chat's an IRC backend. I forgot about that. You're technically all using web-based IRC as we do. Unless they've done some major update recently, Twitch chat was definitely an IRC backend at one point. Right on time, Thought Erasure. Very dead, mostly dead, all dead. They're a Primal Amulet deck. Interesting. Definitely still IRC. Good to know. The /me command does work. All right, so we're dead. Got it. All right, 4 and 2, kind of. I'm not sure how to really gauge metrics for these when we just we played against mono black cards and we lost to blue-red Primal Amulet and we had someone time out and concede to other people. I feel like I've changed many people's lives realizing they can slash me in Twitch chat. All the colors of the rainbow. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I liked all the Thought Erasure to the main. I think if you're playing blue-black something in the format, you should probably just have 4 Thought Erasure to the main, and probably honestly 4 Thief of Sanity. I think just this curve is one of the big appeals to these colors. As far as the quasi-duplicating goes, actually I think one of my big pieces of feedback would probably be is play more Doom Whisperer. Just 1/6/6 closes the game out pretty quickly. 2/6/6 ends the game almost immediately. So I think I would get this up to these. I'd probably do this, just get to 4 of those at the very least. Seems more than reasonable. All right, let's roll right along and play some zombies, shall we?